Hey guys, Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers and broadcaster of astrology. I'm aware that I've been a bit reclusive, so I'm going to start trying to do the video astrology again by video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with Tuesday, the 20th. Now, on that day, the sun will be in Aquarius at 0 degree. It'll be there until about 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mercury will actually join, the planet Mercury will actually join that degree around 11:45 a.m. and will be there actually throughout the day and part of tomorrow. But anyway, things can come in like finances, but if they come in, it'll come in fast and it'll go out just as quickly. Whether you have to spend money buying something essential or whether you spend the money wastefully. But you know, those are the energies. Under these energies, one can be more independent, more refined, and more brave. So you might feel like doing something that before you were more cowardice of doing. Success can be had in careers that require strength, skill, quickness, thinking fast, being more witty, dexterity, even things like fencing, the military, the arts, diplomacy, and literary pursuits as well. Now, one may also partner up with someone who is wealthy. Sudden money, like I said, can come in, but it'll go right back out. Now, I implore you to check out my Facebook page because I actually, in the astrology post, I'll tell you which signs it affects or which placements it affects, you know, because you have all kinds of different signs throughout your complete natal chart, but it'll tell you what degree and sign that it's affecting. Okay, so you should definitely check that out. Let's go ahead to the next transit because that was more so talking about the sun and Mercury. Now around, I don't want to jump to 8 p.m. So let me go before that. Hold on, give me just a second. Let's look at around noon. Okay, so around noon, that's when Venus, or actually before noon, before noon, hold on, I need to make sure I'm at the right place. Okay, all right, I got it together. Now, by 10:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Aquarius at 22 degrees will be sextiling Chiron in Aries. Okay, so this basically ushers in assistance or an opportunity to heal something, even if it's healing your image or the way you're seen. Where you have placements between 19 and 25 degrees of Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, and Gemini, you're affected by these energies of healing. Now, under these energies, one can be more hardworking, careful, discerning, refined, kind, and even impressionable. Now here, teamwork makes the dream work. So you could be seen as a team player. Despite enemies or rivalries that you have going on, success can be had in career, okay, under this hour and 50-minute transit. Here, something is being assessed by professionals or a skilled person before it's actually put out there. One may also possess the willpower to make their own decisions, as opposed to allowing others to influence them or make their own decisions. Do know that willpower and fortitude is definitely needed. Now here, one can actually gain the gumption to separate from people who don't mean them any good, or who are trying to trick them, or who are trying to harm them in some way, or one who covets their spouse, their partner, their romantic partner, their wealth, their position at work. You know, a person that just wants something from you, you know, or wants to use you. So you can definitely have the gain the courage to separate from those kind of people, or at least not allow them to make decisions for you. Okay. Now, up until noon Eastern Standard Time, Venus in Aquarius at 3 degrees will be coupled with Pluto. Okay. And it will usher in some type of transformation as it pertains to your finances, pleasure pursuits, romance, friends, goals, and or social groups. So where you have placements between 0 and 6 degrees of any sign, you're affected by these energies. Okay. Now, under these energies, you can be more calm, reliable, and fair, or someone can be. One can inherit a high social position or earn it through their personal merits or skills or characteristics. Careers in politics, diplomacy, finance, and the transportation industry are favored under these energies. Exceptional honors can be had. Also, financial success can come via real estate or agriculture. Okay. Even if you're taking the real estate test, you can pass it. If one is dishonest under these energies, though, wealth can be acquired through illegal means. So people will be stealing, money laundering, embezzling, forging official documents, and things like that. Sagittarius and Aries placements see the assistance and opportunity. Scorpio and Taurus placements are where the effort is needed or the challenge is posed. Leo placements directly oppose these energies. So if you have Leo in your chart between 0 and 6 degrees, be mindful. Don't be stealing, embezzling, forging documents, and things of that nature. Okay. Just be mindful of that. Virgo and Cancer placements is where unique circumstances can feature, or you'll have like, just like a unique circumstance. That could deal with any of those things: forgery, stealing, or, just basically if it's good karma, you could be passing the real estate exam or having some type of favor in career or some type of transformation as it pertains to your money, romance, pleasure pursuits, friends, goals, or social groups. Now, Capricorn and Pisces placements are where the assistance and opportunities have to be initiated. Okay, that's where you have to go for something. Okay, as it pertains to the energies I talked about. Remember, you can check out my Facebook so that you can actually read, where you're being affected if I'm going too fast for you, because, I can do that. Now, by noon, okay, so this is by noon Eastern Standard Time. We talked about before noon. Now, after noon, Eastern Standard Time, Venus in Aquarius will shift to 4 degrees and it will join Vesta for the rest of the day. So this pertains to one's devotion as it pertains to romance, finances, pleasure pursuits, what you're devoted to as far as those areas. Where you have placements in any sign between 1 and 7 degrees, you're affected by these energies. And under these energies, one can be more self-centered, sensual, and kind of frivolous. Okay. So here, one's sexual needs may take precedence. So much so that a person is willing to sacrifice other things for their sexual needs. However, hopefully if love prevails, because if love prevails, they won't see losses. Because if you are unfaithful or, just unfaithful to someone that you promised to be devoted to or you're supposed to be devoted to, you could see losses, as it pertains to even finances. So you want to be aware of that. Now, or even if you're, in one relationship, you might have to give it up for another. Things of that nature. Artistic careers are favored under these energies. I'm not going to read the signs that it's affecting because it's affecting every sign. I would advise you to go again and check out my Facebook at author E. Ray Taronic, and you can see how it's affecting each sign. Okay. Now, by 8:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is an hour and 50-minute transit. This transit right here that I'm talking about. The last transit went from noon to the rest of the day. Now, this transit starts at 8:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it talks about basically the moon is in Aquarius at 27 degrees, and it talks about a square. So this is where you'll have some type of sudden challenge or sudden issue as it pertains to your wealth, worth, resources, friends, goals, and social groups. Now, here, let's see. Give me just a second so I can make sure that I'm in the right place. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now, we were talking about an unexpected challenge. Okay. You may have to put in effort. You might have to pay out money. Or friends, goals, or social groups can see some sort of clash, you know. Either way, this impacts your wealth, worth, or resources, where you have placements in your chart between 24 and 29 degrees of Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Okay. Now, because Pisces is in Saturn at that same 27-degree mark, you can garner some type of assistance or opportunity, but you have to initiate it, or you're offering it to someone. Okay. This can place a restriction or responsibility on you, or it could take one off of your shoulders, either one. But where you have placements as far as the initiating of the assistance or opportunity, it affects placements between 24 and 29 degrees of Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Aries. Now, do know that under those energies, one can be overindulgent. You might be overeating, over drinking, overspending, gambling, or just wasting money in general. And with you doing that, you could be abandoned by someone you may need. You could be abandoned by your children. You know, if you're drunk and you're flipping out and your kids see it, they could just not want to be around you. You know, things of that nature. Okay. When I say abandoned, and you could see some type of ruin come from that overindulgence. So you want to be aware of your spending, your alcohol intake, your drinking, and just overindulging in general. Under these energies, one may also be active, ambitious, conceited, careful, courageous. Let me make this a little larger. Even though I have on my glasses, I still can't see. And resilient under these energies as well. But success can be had in other states. Success can be had at a distance from you. But if you refuse to hone your skills or put in the work, projects can fail or not come off as you expected. Okay. So you want to definitely be mindful of that. So hopefully this helped. Definitely check out my astrology on my Facebook page, and you can learn more as it pertains to these aspects. Okay. I know I'm a little rusty because I haven't really been, doing the astrology. So, on video, but I'll get used to it again. Okay. Bye now.